We're in lockdown number 2. It's gorgeous weather today, as you can see, but we've got a lot of snow and there's no wind. We're managing to do a little bit of ski touring, but no windsurfing because we can't really go anywhere. And where I can go, it's not very good and there's not any wind anyway. So I thought the other day I would do a review on my Simmer Quantums that I bought last year in 2020 because there seems to be very little out there of real life reviews of people having boards like this and their experience of them, so I thought I'd do a quick review. Quick bit of history: I was stopped windsurfing in 1999 and picked it back up 2 years ago. So I had to get all my kit from square one. And when I came back to windsurfing 2 years ago, I bought a board, tried it out, didn't really like it. Then I bought a stubby wave board and another stubby sort of free ride board, but they were okay. Didn't think they were great, to be honest. A lot of hype around the stubbies. And I think the difficulty is it's hard to get boards to try before you buy. Certainly in Scotland it is, it's really difficult. So hopefully this video will help people have some idea of what these boards are like and similar boards and whether or not they might be any good for them. I had a very clear sort of remit in mind. I wanted a real wave board, but also boards that would be typically for onshore conditions and not perfect conditions, and a bit of blasting, bump and jump, wave swell. That's the sort of stuff I sail in. Sometimes get some really good proper waves like in Tiree in Scotland, but a lot of the time it's wave swell or onshore wave conditions. So I bought the Simmer Quantum 115 and the Simmer Quantum 95. I am 93 kilograms, probably nearly 100 with my wetsuit on and my harness on when it's soaking wet. And I find that the Quantum 115 is perfect for me, 5'8" down to my 5'3". My 5'3" on it is absolutely superb, and gives me a bit of extra float. You know, if I want to be of a smaller sail and it's decent waves, then it's fantastic. Nice and wide, 66 centimeters wide, so it's that sort of modern wide design, really compact. And then the 95, exactly the same, just different proportions, 61 wide, and 227 long, but 95 litres. So I've sailed that from 5'3" down to absolutely maxed out in a storm on the 4.2, say 50 knots of wind, and with my weight on it, that's absolutely perfect. They're all the same in terms of fin boxes. So you've got 5 fin boxes to choose from. You can have them set up. I have as a tri-fin, a twin, or a quad. I've had a quad, didn't particularly like it, but that's just me. And I find this thing set up, or these boards set up as tries, for me anyway, and the type of sailing I do, absolutely superb. I think the finish on the boards is brilliant. I think the foot straps, for example, the pads, the paint job, all the things that Simmer talk about are superb. One area I would say is not great is the design of the fin box, the fin, where the screws screw into the fin. I'm not going to bother taking the fin out, but it's a very shallow lip that the screws catch into, and sometimes if I'm just jumping on the boards as I'm going out, when it's shallow in the beach, if the fin hits the sand too much, you can just pull the fin out. Now you can say that's quite good because then it's saving the fin box, but I'd probably prefer if it was a bit stronger, so I'm going to try and do something to beef the fins up a bit in that respect. But on the whole, really good. Really versatile boards, dead easy to sail, and a lot of fun. I think for me that's the biggest thing. I've got a job, I've got family, I don't get to sail all the time, and when it is windy and I want to get out there, then these boards are superb. They enable me to make the most of the conditions when it's not perfect. So I can't recommend the Quantums enough. Enjoy. Okay, so I've tried to be, relatively short and sweet in this video about the Simmer Quantums and not waffle on too long. If you've got any questions about the boards, then post them below in the comments. Like I said, these boards are superb for, I guess, making the most of the conditions when they're not perfect. And I think that's what most of us sail in, a lot of the time, unless you sail in places like Hawaii or, there's certain places around the world. But certainly for me, in Scotland and the places I sail where there's some good conditions, but it's onshore or it's wave swell or it's real mushy waves, even if it's sort of cross on, cross off, then these boards excel. That's really what they're built for, and I think they just mean that you can get maximum fun out of the time that you've got to sail, which is just superb. So I love them. I think after having spent 2 years, I guess, trying to work out the right boards for me for wave swell sailing, if you get what I mean, just that all round sort of wave sailing stuff, then these are the ones for me. I love them. I've got no intention of changing these. A lot of my friends keep saying, oh yeah, you'll be changing them soon, but I definitely won't. I think they're absolutely superb. They're also, I didn't say, is they're pretty fast. You know, they are wave boards, but they're really quick, and I guess that really helps in you know, going up for jumps. You got loads of speed. You got loads of speed down the wave as well. So easy to do transitions. But yeah, I think they're superb. Really good. So can't recommend them enough. Should definitely consider them if you're thinking of a sort of good all-round waveboard that's sort of real life, real waveboard. All right, hope that helps people in understanding more about these Simmer Quantums, because they're really good.